This podcast is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find other great shows on the network, head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. That's deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Bev's Video Kingdom is intended for a mature audience. Listener discretion is advised.
Bev's Video Kingdom really is brought to you by...
What the fuck?
What's up, dude?
One of my renters broke the toilet again. That dude takes giant shits. Now I know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Why don't you hire a property management company or something to take care of that stuff?
Because they suck, and they take 10%.
You know, our dude Hank owns and manages Heritage Realty Partners. I think he said he only charges 5%, and he visits each property at least once a month.
That's right, he's always posting beers from the road. You have his number?
Actually, I do. His personal number is 805-451-5734.
Perfect. Now he can deal with my renter's big shits.
Heritage Realty Partners.
For all your property management and investment needs.
Welcome back to Bev's Video Kingdom. I am your host, Scotch Beck, and I am joined by Zach, who's on his phone.
¿Cómo estás? I am not on my phone. That would be rude and inappropriate while you're doing a live podcast.
Right. And we if you joined us for Mean Girls last week, we had a couple other guests, and one of the people that was on last week isn't here, and that would be Bradley, because we sent him off because he's going to be judging this draft. And
can we say where we sent him? Because the truth is funny. Scott has a lot of cats.
Jesus.
Brad is allergic to cats, and we were like, go hang out in Scott's house.
Here's some Sudafed.
So he's getting all sniffly. I fucking love it.
But also joining us last week was a couple of lovely ladies, and they're joining us here to draft with us. We have Carrie.
What's up, everyone? Carrie White. Good evening, good night, good morning again. I got to do it.
Good afternoon.
The Truman Show over here.
And Brad's wife, Melissa.
Good to see you again.
And we are going to be drafting the Meanest Girl.
Oh.
Is that what we're going with?
That's what we're going with. I mean, that's what we talked about. We're not doing memorable.
As a callback to my last episode's joke, is Melissa going to be the number one draft pick?
In a movie.
There are home movies that exist, I'm sure.
I probably know you the least out of all of us. I mean,
I have known Carrie for a very long time.
Right?
I think third grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spelling bee, 1987.
See, we were in third grade together.
But I will say,
How many years did you pick on her before you became friends?
All of them.
All of them. Until currently.
Behind my back.
Sorry, Scott. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I mean, maybe I just need to be around her more, but every time I've been around Melissa, she's been absolutely lovely. And
Oh,
fantastic.
that's what you think?
So,
Maybe that just tells you not to listen to Zach ever.
Right.
She's quite pleasant, but it's a trick. It's a trick.
okay. So yeah, so there has been some discussion over this draft topic, and the Meanest Girl, obviously in the spirit of the movie, Mean Girls, we're sticking with, not in my brain, the way I pictured it was girls that are assholes and mean, but not necessarily psycho killer. Like one of the examples I sent, I don't know if I sent it to the group or just Brad or said it, maybe I dreamt it, was like, we're not talking like Sarah Connor in Terminator as she's a badass.
I agree. And
killing
she's a woman.
right.
Yes.
And so that's not what we're talking about, because we've done villains before. We've done these other drafts. We're going with just queen bee bitches. But right? Queen bee bitches, man. Mm-hmm. Queen bees from the
I think
Mean
that's
Girls.
a positive connotation, isn't it? Like a queen bee bitch. Isn't that like a bad, I don't know. I'm scared to use the word bitch.
You should be.
You should be. Because we're all staring at you right now. I'm a bitch too.
So I agree with you. I agree with you, Scott.
Yeah.
Like,
but we're not putting an age limit on it. We're not gonna go high school.
I'm putting an age limit.
Okay, and you can do it
on myself.
And again, Brad is gonna judge.
Nothing 18 or over for Zach.
Ooh.
That's kind of typical for him.
For drag. Oh my God.
Nice to meet you, Zach.
Hey, I'm usually the one who gets nailed with pedophile jokes. So about time that you got hit with one.
It was fun doing the podcast with you until I got canceled.
You can pod from jail.
It's just like that guy. You guys remember that rapper that used to rap from prison? You know who I'm talking about?
Yes.
I can't remember his name.
Mac Dre, right?
Well, I think he did too, but there was another guy that like strictly like all of his shit was from prison, like over a phone from prison.
Sound like E40's first album.
Dude.
Hey, this your partner, man. Do you like to accept the charges?
Carrie's so
Mean
gangster.
Girls. She is.
Love it.
Yep.
So
So we're saying mean though, not gangster, right? Because then Carrie might be the first pick.
and again, I say you can draft whatever the hell you want, and it just depends on what Brad's going to accept, and you never know. And
You never know.
And you could go a little bit off the rails and maybe try to sneak something in, and maybe Brad will respect you, and maybe he'll just shit all over your dreams, like you did to me when you judged.
Oh, that was sad.
Yeah. I went back and listened to it, and I don't feel bad about it at all. So fuck you,
Changes
Scott.
nothing.
All right, so what day is it? It's this day. So, this afternoon, I was sitting there all excited. I was going to be taking over the controls. I'm actually running the board. We talked about that last week, and that's why, because Brad's not here to do it.
Big boy.
And Brad sent me a text this afternoon. He's like, "You got a draft order, right?" I'm like, "Oh shit, I got to do that too," because we kind of take him for granted.
We lean on him a lot.
A lot.
We lean on those braids.
So I was like, "Oh shit!" So I came up with a draft order.
Is there a button you're supposed to push?
Hey, Brad.
I want a song. We lean on those braids.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ooh.
In the style of Prince.
Sitting on the mustache.
I don't think you want a song like that. No mustache rides on this pod.
Okay, so I'm going to generate the draft order now. All right, I got it here.
Are you going to tell a story?
I'm gonna tell a story.
I'm sorry. I'll shut the
Gather
fuck up.
round, boys
I'm
and
excited.
girls.
I'm so excited.
Okay.
So much buildup.
Actually, I got to do this real quick. I actually got to put them in the right order so I get the story right.
Okay.
It's like Mad Lib's gone wrong.
So since we talked Mean Girls last week, I've been drinking already, and I was thinking, I wonder if any of us, like, how were we in school? Like, were we popular? Were we not popular at all? And so I actually managed to get a hold of all of our yearbooks.
Ooh.
And so I wanted to see how popular everybody was, based on how many actual autographs and messages you got in your yearbook.
Yours was in black and white.
Does it count if they were from the teachers?
It's lots of positive comments.
Aren't you
from
proud?
teachers.
Are you proud of what you did? Mine was in black
Mean
and white.
Girls.
Scott's was heavy because it was like chiseled into a
Yep.
stone.
Sepia toned.
So I went back
Sepia tone.
and I looked at all your fucking you assholes. Looked at all the yearbooks and kind of counted how many and based on how many you got. But I also flipped through, and the section where they vote for the most popular and the most talented, and do they do that anymore? I was wondering.
Yeah. What's
'Cause,
that?
is that-
Superlatives.
Yeah.
So true story. Carrie and I were both in our yearbook. She was, what were you? Most creative, most
talented with Brett Dennen.
artistic. You got to get the hard R in there for
That was 8th grade.
artistic. Oh, okay.
High school was most talented. And
See?
yeah, Brett Dennen's out there touring.
Carrie.
Selling millions of records.
And I was nerdiest or something like that.
But that does you well.
Thank you.
That's
But are they allowed to do that nowadays? Because everybody's got to be included now.
think
no
so.
labels, right? I don't know.
I too was voted most talented.
Well, that's not what
That's
I saw.
cute.
When
Did your mom ask
That's not
you
what you saw.
too? Like, well, what do you do? Because that's the first thing I got when I brought my yearbook home. What do you do?
I remember I had.
Asshole. I want to vote for my mom for Meanest Girl.
Yes.
Yeah, that's.
Gee.
I had amazing hair. Just fucking.
Why are you laughing so hard?
You
I
and me
did.
both,
It was so awesome.
Is that what you were voted for?
No, I was voted for most talented, and I had like a microphone.
talented
in the
hair?
thing, and I
Wait,
was
so
like,
you were most talented.
yeah.
You were most talented.
Believe it or not.
Most talented.
What?
Seriously?
I'm the
There-
odd
yeah.
person out.
Yeah.
I have no
Nerdiest.
talent.
I feel
But-
so I mean, it was like most intelligent or something.
Which tracks? Which?
We'll go with nerdiest.
Valedictorian?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't know where.
Right? Right? I could never beat her in the
Sorry,
spelling bee.
Scotch.
I was
We've
always second or
interrupted
third.
you so many times.
It's
We're
okay.
so mean.
It's okay.
He's
I'll
used
get
to
control
it.
of this
He's
shit.
been doing
I
a
know.
podcast with me for a while.
So I went through and I tallied up all the comments to see who was popular, and at the same time I also looked at the awards. And I don't know what you guys are talking about talented, because I found something a little bit different. And so all I know is, so I went through the first book and counted them up, and the person who had the least amount of comments, they actually had like 2 people that actually liked them. And this person was also voted most likely to be arrested outside of Prince's mansion,
Oh shit!
and that would be Carrie.
Wonder who that is.
So you have the 4th pick, unfortunately.
What were you doing out there,
Sounds about
Carrie?
right.
Out there outside of his mansion.
You shall never know.
So then
TMZ at Tim.
I found took the next book out. Looked pretty familiar because it was in sepia tone, and I thought I had more friends than this, but apparently not. I had about 15, which is not too bad, but it's probably all the band people.
The
And
band.
I'd forgotten, but I was actually most likely to have my hair migrate from my head to the rest of my body. And it's amazing how accurate that was.
Eerily accurate.
It's weird how
Those
some
high
of these
school kids know their stuff.
Right. So the next book I looked at, very popular. I mean, almost every page had something on it. Some pretty nasty drawings.
Yeah, this tracks.
Has some pretty fucked up friends. And this person was voted most likely to alienate himself from society because of all the fucked up movies he tries to make everybody to watch.
Oh, very, very true.
And that is Zach.
Which means I have the number 1 pick?
Number 2 pick.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Nice try, bud.
Yeah.
I got
And so the most popular, this book was just covered from head to just front to back, every page, just all these amazing comments. They loved you. You were popular.
It was like, have a great
Or
summer.
scared of her.
And
Keep in touch.
I don't know if you remember this, but you were voted most likely to marry the brother of the bass player in a none-hit wonder band.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. So
It was half a hit wonder band.
semi-hit
Say
wonder band.
none hit wonder. Give yourself some credit, bro.
So anyway, that is the draft order is Melissa at number 1, Zach at number 2.
Okay.
I've got the dreaded 3 spot, which I was already not feeling good about this draft going in. And Carrie has the Raparito.
I'm pretty glad to be number 2 because I don't know what the number 1 pick is. I'm unsure.
Yeah, it was one that I wasn't sure if there was an obvious one or not. And I know what in my brain is number 1. I don't think is right, but
I have one
Yeah.
too that I'm like, this is what I would pick. But goddamn, I once I looked at like some lists online and my person was nowhere to be found. I was like, maybe I'm way off.
It's all your horror movies, Zach. They're not mean. They're devils.
all right. Well, let's get this started. Melissa, first pick.
I don't feel great about this, but I also feel like there is a guaranteed 101. So I don't know what you guys are talking about. I feel like,
I think I'm overthinking the shit out of this is what I think, but
I mean, okay, we're talking Meanest Girl.
yeah.
We're talking the entire school, including teachers and administration, have been personally victimized by you. And you have a movie named after you. I think it has to be Regina George.
Are you t-shirting it?
I am.
T-shirting it.
Okay.
I have pink on today because in the flat circle of BVK time, it is Wednesday somewhere. I got pink everything. It's a t-shirt.
I'm
I
not
can't argue.
at all. Yeah.
I can't argue.
I knew
here.
I knew the t-shirt had to go in the first round for sure. But it seems like I've taken the t-shirt a lot lately and it hasn't worked out well for me. So
But
that's
Brad
why I was
hasn't
scared.
judged you, so
I know.
So I'm gonna go with my number 1 pick after she went with Regina because I was like, I had Regina and one other person that like I thought would be like sort of what do they say? Chalk? Was that like the consensus? Like what you would say would be like the pick. But I'm gonna go off the rails with my very first pick, and with my number 2 pick, I'm gonna go with Parker Posey as Darla in Dazed and Confused.
Dude.
She's so fucking mean. And she's calling the you little bitches and like squirting them with fucking ketchup and mustard and shit. Oh, dude, it's fucking great. And she's super mean.
Wipe that face off.
The smile
wipe
on
that
your
look off your
face,
face,
though.
bitch.
Wipe that look off your face, bitch. Oh, dude, and she's like so like viciously mean. Doesn't like do anything super terrible, but I think that's kind of what we're going for. She's just a mean girl.
Dude, I hate to admit this right now. I didn't even think of it.
I know you didn't. I thought of it in the shower today.
Maybe you should shower more.
There you go.
That's a
Well,
great
no,
pick.
I mean-
Finally. Wow.
I think of worse things to think about than Parker Posey in the shower, but I don't care.
I love that pick. I really do.
Thank you, Scott.
Yeah.
I love you.
I don't know if it's in the right round.
I think I could have got it in the 4th round.
I think you could have, but I dig it. That's great. I think Brad's gonna like that one too. So, okay, shit. I'm gonna really, really, really try to pick things that I've seen, and there's not a lot of choices.
A for effort.
So hopefully you guys don't pick the ones that I think I have.
Okay.
But it's been a long time since I've seen this, but I know that this chick was a bitch, and because of it, caused everybody to get their asses killed. I'm going with Chris Hargensen in the movie Carrie.
Man,
Okay.
that's cold-blooded.
Yeah.
That's
It's
messed
like,
up.
I mean, it's really like the meanest thing you can do, right?
Dude, they treated her like absolute shit, and which is actually kind of makes you feel good because
You know,
it's
my
got what
full
they
name
deserve in a
is
way.
Carrie White, like unironically, and I did not
Is
stay
it
very
really?
long for my prom. And my mom's name is Margaret. Margie, sorry.
Whoa.
Yeah. My parents aren't cool enough. No offense, Mom and Dad, if you listen to this podcast.
I never put that together.
You took my pick. How dare you? That's all right. That'll throw in the judging maybe later. So
Yeah, he'll think that's Zach.
Oh, he will. Totally. He will.
Absolutely.
That's actually a great
And
point.
he'll absolutely think Dazed and Confused is me.
And he won't want me to win because that's Brad.
Okay. Carrie, you have 2 picks in a row.
all right. Well, since you took one of mine, I'm going to go for my first round, and I got to take it because usually there's like a redeeming factor about a mean girl. And this one, I could find none. So I'm going with Hilly Holbrook from The Help because she's nasty. She's terrible. She's mean through and through. And I don't recall any part in the film where she ever got better. She got
She
her
the one
just
who has
desserts.
to eat her shit.
Yes. So she
Oh,
got her
that's
just
the-
desserts.
okay.
Favorite part of the mean girl
Right?
trope.
Only part I
usually
know from that.
getting your
Yeah.
yes.
But I never felt like, oh, I like her now or she's redeemed herself. So yeah, I'm gonna
Good one.
I'm gonna go solid.
You didn't feel bad for it all while she was eating poop?
No.
Okay.
She
You
got
get what you get.
You get what you get and you don't throw fat.
Well, she proved it. She did.
Oh, but since you took my Chris,
You get what you get and you eat a mouthful of shit.
I think that's a good pick.
I think I'm gonna yeah.
I'm just guessing.
Scott's a big The Help guy.
Yes.
Never saw it.
You is.
I just
Shout.
Googled because I wasn't sure if you said Helly or Hilly, and I had
okay.
to look it up. I got it. So I remember like, oh yeah, I have to send these to Brad, and I'm writing them down.
Make sure to get it right.
This is interesting, but I think, and I didn't think I was going to go this way, but since you touched upon it, I would kind of also like to wear the T-shirt, but I'm going to turn it inside out because instead of Regina, I'm actually going to go with Katie.
Oh, really?
She didn't have to be mean. She didn't have to be mean. Like she was in, right? Like
She doesn't understand like social like norms.
doesn't
She's
matter.
from
She gets it.
Africa.
She cloned the mean girl.
she,
that
like if you
trying
think
to
about
harm.
all the bad things that were in the book that came out, like yeah, her teacher being a drug dealer, like she said that.
yeah.
She didn't mean to. She could have cleared it up though. Like so, I think that all things said, because again, they talk about Regina, but for the most part, you know, people have reverence or whatever it might be, fear. But no, Katie's just mean. She's the catty one, so she didn't have to do it. She did.
And that's what they call her is Caddy.
Catty, catty, Katie.
Patty Katie.
Mispronounce it.
That's a twist. You threw a twist.
I
in there.
know. I was not expecting that. I like your thinking on that. Okay.
Big deep breath's always a good sign before
Yeah.
you pick.
Well, I'm excited because I know this movie too, and I know she's a real bitch. I'm going classic. I'm going with Rizzo from Grease.
Ooh, he took it.
Is she mean?
Betty.
Because I feel like she was just kind of slutty.
She's not nice.
She's pretty mean.
Is she?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, get off my beach, or something like that. Like,
I'm
what
sorry,
else does
what?
she do?
What movie did you
Have you ever been a
watch?
high school girl?
Huh?
Have you ever been a high school girl? Like
No.
anything
But
to
he
call
wants to
you
be.
out or to make fun of, like any little thing, even if it's not bad, is just
Yeah, it's
Life-changing.
amplified when you're 13 for sure, or whatever it is. I'm with you. My pick?
Yep.
All right. I am going to go with a childhood crush of mine, and that is going to be Sarah Michelle Gellar's character in Cruel Intentions, Catherine.
I hate you, Zach.
Just mean. Just like, I'm pretty sure she's like
Manipulative.
manipulatively like making out with her brother at some point. Like there's some weird shit going on. But Buffy the Vampire Slayer, she could slay me any day when I was a young man.
That's a great snag right there.
I hate you because I really thought that was coming to me.
Yeah.
All right.
I knew
Let's
you
see.
did.
Got the other rap.
I do.
2 and 3.
Oh, she's such a good mean girl. So my first pick is going to be a character who was mean when she was young
Okay.
and did not grow out of it.
Okay.
And we recently watched this. Funny story. We were listening to music from Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet. And so we thought maybe we were going to watch that. And Brad goes looking
Is that
for
the
it.
one with Leo?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Claire Danes.
The beautiful Claire Danes.
And it's not free. So as he's searching for Romeo and Juliet, Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion comes up instead.
Such a good movie.
And Christy Masters did not let it go. She kept being a mean girl, even when she was grown and married and pregnant and just had to make everybody else feel smaller. So she's going to be my first pick.
Did you listen? I don't think I was actually physically there for this. I was either there or I listened to it. But did you listen to your husband make the comment that he thought that Claire Danes might have been into him if they had met each other?
I was subjected to that one. Yeah.
It's like, this is the
Scott had
best
to turn
pod
the volume
ever.
down. The collective guffaw
They're
that came
around
from
the same
table.
age, it works out.
Yeah, he's like, our birthdays are almost the same. I'm like, yeah, usually chicks fuck guys that have the same birthday all the time.
If he would have been able to shoot a
No,
shot,
and
huh?
Kate Hudson was his second because they do have the exact same birthday.
That's so awesome.
So now I know how his mind works. That's pretty awesome. The next one, I don't know. I'm
Can't wait
torn.
for Brad to come back.
Thanks for leaving me out of that, by the way.
Yeah. So I have to pick one, right? I want to kind of feign ignorance.
Yeah. We actually didn't talk about that going in pairs.
Yeah.
We usually stick with just one, which kind of there's a couple I know what you're probably thinking of that.
That's why I'm
They come
thinking
in a
I'm going to
pair.
feign ignorance and just say Cinderella's stepsister
Okay.
from the original animated Cinderella.
Oh, the one with Brandy.
Priscilla or
Yeah, that one.
So are you?
No,
You gonna,
I do know their names.
Okay.
It doesn't necessarily matter which one, but the scene where they rip the dress that she has worked so hard on off of her
that's
body
shitty.
after bullying her for a long time.
After she cleaned their toilet.
That's such a fucking good pick, dude.
Well,
That's,
thank you.
I think that's a number one pick.
They're Anastasia and Drizella, but if I have to pick one, I'll just say Cinderella's stepsister, and he can fill in what he wants.
Is there only
because
two? There's only two? I thought
there-
there was three for some
It depends
reason.
on the version. I think there might be some.
I think
that have-
Brandy had three stepsisters.
I can't remember.
The
She
only-
did Rodgers and Hammerstein's. They're all great versions of Cinderella.
The only Cinderella I remember was starring Brandy.
So
So I hear that Zach's person is Brandy that he thinks he would really vibe with, right? That's
Only
where
he
we're
could've
heading with this?
Shot his shot.
I think we're around the same age.
I bet you are.
Same birthday.
I actually had considered if I had a rap of picking one stepsister and then the next stepsister.
That's not happening.
I know, but I because I didn't know which one to grab. But what I was thinking about doing was saying, well, I'm gonna take because now since you didn't specify which one, I don't know which one I can. So I'm not gonna grab one. But I was gonna pick Anastasia because I think she's the redhead. And so,
That sounds right.
so redheads are obviously more evil. So,
Obviously.
Anyway.
Dude, I'm floored by that.
Drusilla was uglier though. Uglier in the heart.
Yeah. Oh, and she's the one that was singing, right? It's like so off.
One was
I just
playing the
picturing their
flute and
feet.
one
Playing the
was
flute,
singing.
yeah.
Their feet trying to be shoved in those crystal slippers.
All right, Zach.
Is it
Is that
my
enough
pick?
vamping for you? Or
Is it my pick?
it is.
What does your phone say?
I've got a list of a couple. I am going to go and I am going to pander
Oh
to
no!
our.
Is there one
lovely
in
judge.
Strange Brew?
Is it a cartoon?
I'm going with
Miss Piggy.
Taffeta Mutton Fudge in Wreck-It Ralph
Okay.
because she is super mean to Vanellope.
Von Schweetz. Hit it, Zach.
Vanellope
Let's
Von
go.
Schweetz. She's not only mean, but she is disability phobic.
Oh.
And
Wow.
I am
Because of her glitch.
just yes, exactly. That is her disability. She's
Isn't it like Mindy Kaling who voices her too?
it is Mindy Kaling. Yeah. That's my pick. Taffeta.
So I'm good.
Taffeta.
I guess, yeah.
Mutton Fudge. That's her last name.
Taffy
From Wreck-It Ralph.
That's what got him a PG rating too, is mutton fudge.
Dude, and both of those fucking Wreck-It Ralph movies are so good.
They really are.
They really are good. And those are ones that like my kids never liked or got into. And I was like,
They're
let's watch
video
Wreck-It
game
Ralph. And they
kids.
were like,
Come on.
whatevs.
Try
I
it
was
again.
surprised how much I like those movies.
Yeah, super good. So that's my pick.
Okay. All right. I am going to use the expertise of the lists that I
Bro.
watched. What, dude?
Bro.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Look,
Bruh.
dude, bro.
Dude, bro, Chad.
If you even take my pick, I'm going to be so annoyed. Go
Off
ahead.
of a list?
Right.
He said he's watched these movies.
I said I was going to try, and I'm out pretty much at this point.
Do or do not.
You're a
There is
terrible
no
mean girl.
try.
I know. Okay, screw it.
Yep.
I'm going to do the one that I've seen just because.
We bullied him. Good job,
Make
mean
it
girl.
Make it happen.
No, I'm not. I'm going to do Heather Chandler from the movie Heathers.
Okay.
The first Heather, the lead Heather. And
You are so predictable.
Way to work the list. Mm-hmm. All right, Carrie Ann.
Do you have anything to add on that?
Show 'em how
this
it's
movie
done.
that you love and is dear and dear
Yeah,
to your heart?
exactly. What did she do that was so mean?
I've never
Scott?
seen Heathers. I don't know what it is.
I'm going to take your Heather Chandler and I'm going to raise you.
You
Same movie.
Take the other Heather?
I'm going to take Heather Duke because, again, after she was
took over for the other
murdered,
Heather. Yep.
she didn't have to continue it. She didn't have to do what she did. Shannon Doherty is just resident B anyway. So, and I didn't pick it off of a Google list.
I saw that movie when I was super young. I don't remember a single thing
I
about
own it.
You were like 62 when that movie came out.
Oh,
I know.
oh.
See, you
But
fucking
no,
started.
it's
That was right during your second divorce, wasn't it?
it's right during the Mean Girls trope, though. So the same thing when the topic was Mean Girl, it was kind of like, oh, can we do Heathers? Because that's like all of them in a way. But yeah, I'm still going to stick with Heather Duke being the,
You're right. She is mean.
the mean bee.
You see what happens?
That's what I've heard. All right, Carrie Ann, you get one more.
What's your rap?
Oh, so this is absolutely left field,
Go, girl.
but I got to do it. I'm going to do Rose from Titanic because, by God, she could have made room on that goddamn door. I'm just saying. That was so mean. That was so mean.
Awesome.
I'm sorry.
That is totally left field. I
I'm
like
kind
it.
of out. You guys took all my
watched-
other picks. You took my Carrie.
I watched
Yeah.
this fucking great. I watched this fucking great meme the other day that was like, "How was the Titanic ride?" And the old lady's like, "Fucked a homeless guy and watched him drown."
See, it's mean.
Nice.
so funny.
mean.
She did let him draw her titties though.
He drew her like his French girl.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Decatur DeWitt. Is that her name?
Decatur was her
I
name.
don't remember.
Rose was her name.
Okay,
Yeah,
Rose.
Rose. Titanic. That's. I love the logic. It's a great point. And
I was going to go to cartoons next.
and she
so.
cheated on her fiance. You know,
That's true.
Poor
See?
Billy Zane.
See?
that's mean.
Trying to break into a big role.
Okay, so to silence the haters.
Are you sure?
Well,
We're hard to silence.
Dude, I was number 4.
no
What
way.
do you expect?
I've seen this movie numerous times.
Good job.
It's been a long time.
Jesus, Melissa. Good job.
You didn't draft me yet, Zach.
I'm gonna go with Nancy Downs, Fairuza Balk's character in The Craft.
That's a good pick.
Yep.
That's a good pick.
She gets pretty damn nasty, and she's a great. I love that actress. She's so good.
She's awesome.
Yeah. So
Scary AF.
Yeah, very
Eyes.
stoked I get her.
Can't teach those eyes.
So shit, 3 out of 4 ain't bad. I don't remember Heather's at all. I know I
I
watched
kind
it.
of borderline like crazy and mean though with that.
A little bit,
We'll get
bit.
into-
Yeah, but I think yeah, because it's a little supernatural. But
Still me.
we'll see.
Who's the actress?
Veruza
Veruza
Yeah, her.
Who's a bulk?
Veruza Balk.
She's like the most recognizable woman. Every movie she's in, I'm like, oh, there's I can't fucking say her name every time.
It's Veruca Salt.
Vicky Valancourt.
Vicky Valancourt.
That's her name.
I saw boobies. I like them too.
Mama. All right, what is it? My pick? It's
your pick. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Okay, so this was my. I think I really could have gotten my first pick in the last pick, but I told myself I was taking this with my last pick. Probably my most mentioned movie on the podcast, which is the absolute, just fucking classic, one of my favorite movies, Never Been Kissed, with Josie Grossi Geller, Drew Barrymore. And we are going to pick Jessica Alba's character of Kristen. There's actually 3 mean chicks. I can't pick all 3. I'm going to pick Jessica Alba's because she's the one actress that I know. And they are so fucking mean to Josie Grossi the entire movie. I almost want to pick the people that like get out of the top of the limo and egg her because it's the most gut-wrenching, like terrible scene. She thinks she's going to prom. The guy asked her crush.
You're making
Have
me
you
sad.
seen it?
Yes.
It's
Her
awful.
crush asks her to prom. She thinks she's going. She opens the door and they just drive by and egg her.
It's the
See, I
worst.
wanted more of those, like the
Oh, it's the worst fucking thing ever. But when their plan is to fucking like feed her, make her eat dog food like at the prom. And but the crazy thing is these are high school girls and she's like 26. And she's just like getting absolutely owned and punked by them the entire time. So that's my pick.
Although I don't know that I would be able to like withstand high school kids these
Probably
days.
not. No.
Not at all.
Okay,
All right.
dig it.
I have so many left on my list, but
There's a lot.
my plan this whole time has been to go totally outside of the box because, number one, I was not going to go off of lists. I'm going all movies I've seen. And one of my favorite things about the mean girl trope is when she gets her comeuppance. Like, I feel like that's kind of one of the main points of having a mean girl in your movie.
Absolutely.
You get your revenge.
Right.
You finally see her taken down. So the scene that comes to mind when I'm trying to think of like, okay, where's that? Like, hell yeah. Finally, that bitch gets it.
Kill that bitch.
What better scene is there
PG.
than the squirrel jumping out of the door and landing on Margot, who is so mean to her neighbors, to her significant
In Christmas
other.
Vacation?
In
Perfect,
Christmas
right?
Vacation.
That's such a good
pick.
segue
So this
too.
could completely make or break my draft, right? Like
So my
Brad
only-
might think this is totally stupid. I don't really care.
She is a bitch.
My only issue is she's 42, but yes.
doesn't matter.
She's still a girl.
Does not matter. I love that person. I love that character. I love the edge it adds to that movie. She's got quotable lines.
What is fucking? She says something to Clark, and Clark says something back to her like fucking. He's cutting the tree down or
Hey,
whatever.
save it for the next pod.
No,
Oh my
it's
God.
yeah. It's where are you going to find a space big enough for that tree? Bend over and I'll show
Bend
you.
over and I'll show you.
You got a lot of nerve talking to me like that. I wasn't talking to you. So kids these days have absolutely no business knowing lines from those scenes, but they still know, why is the carpet all wet, Todd? I don't know, Margot. So yes, that is my last pick of the draft. And
trying to
if
have
I
a-
lose because of it, at least I can blame Brad and not myself.
They're like trying to have a glass of wine and the freaking the lights.
Who does that on
just, like,
Christmas? That
falling
is
down and
not.
shit.
That's not Christmas. Hater, love to hate her.
That's a funny pick.
Thank you.
Okay,
That's good.
I dig it.
That's good.
It's one of those that I think it could go either way, and I have a feeling that it's like a respect. Well, like, oh my gosh,
We'll see.
I didn't, yeah. Well, you
There's
never-
also the
Well,
question,
it's
is he
Brad.
going to look at these and try and figure out who they are and try to...
Well, yeah,
Or has he seen any of these?
that's a good point.
I think he's probably seen a bunch of them. I think I gave myself away with my fucking Never Been Kissed Josie Grossi.
That's
pick
for sure.
because I've picked that a lot.
I think he's going to think that my team is yours until that.
Yep, I agree.
Probably. So anyway, well, I guess we'll see, and we'll be back in a bit.
What's up, everybody? I'm Matt, the host of the Beard Laws Podcast, a podcast that has nothing to do with beards. A podcast where we aim to entertain and interact with our live viewers, but our listeners, they're like the quiet person that never talks sitting around the bonfire because the rest of the group is so entertaining, hilarious, wild, and a little bit dumb. So grab a drink, grab a snack, and let Beard Laws and the boys, Toby, Brandon, Logan, Zach, Richie, and our occasional special guest entertain you. We're live on the Beard Laws YouTube Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and for whatever reason you want to see us and or our beards, check us out, thebeardlawspodcast.com. We're everywhere.
Metrics, YouTube assist. Gonna point out all the shit that we missed. It's the draft judge, crushing dreams once again.
Here he is, folks. Mr. Full of himself.
Mean girl herself.
Mr. So proud of being such a great drafter lately. I just wanted him to keep his mouth shut for a couple weeks, so I made him judge this draft. That's how this all
he
happened.
did, and I got so excited because I've always wanted to judge, and I didn't really think about the fact that I'm going to be drafting or judging the Meanest Girls, and I was like, I don't know what my authority is on this, but I sure as hell tried.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just thought it would be fun. We were originally going to have your wife judge this, and I don't know, I just thought it'd be more fun to have you judge her for a change, because she's judged you.
Oh, I mean, yeah, this is maybe my first time ever judging her ever in the history of the world.
That's a good answer.
Sure.
Yeah, for
So-
sure.
Brad's going to enter witness protection.
So we sent you the results,
It's already got the mustache for it.
and so we kind of talked about we didn't really have any major caveats as far as what we did discuss previously with you. When you saw the list, how many have you seen a lot of these movies, or are you kind of in the dark like me?
I have seen a decent amount, and I did some YouTubing. So while
Okay.
I was
Ooh,
kind
nice.
of waiting, I was kind of going through just my list of Mean Girls that I established, and was looking at some of their bullying scenes, some of their scenes where they're doing some of their worst shit. So I kind of, and then there was only one once the list showed up that I actually had to like YouTube because
You didn't know.
it wasn't on my list, and I was like, okay, I need to check this out. So
But for the most part, I think sort of discussed it, sort of not, but we all sort of adhered to a standard of younger,
Right.
high schoolish age girls.
For the most part,
Would you
yeah.
agree?
Yeah. I think it's mostly younger, and I was going to be either way. Like I think it could have been any age, but my big distinction was going to be like kind of evil versus mean. Like
Right.
There's-
What to you makes a mean girl?
Or an evil? Like, what's the distinction?
see, I think you could be evil, like if you're just doing terrible things to people, violence and like killing people and stuff. That's evil.
Right.
Mean to me is more like you're not actually. You're definitely trying to harm people, but you're not going to go out there and like actually like actively kill somebody.
It's kind of more emotional harm.
yeah.
I think mean is like emotionally harming someone. Evil is kind of physically hurting them, right?
Now,
And then of course, as I looked at the list, it became kind of like I was thinking to myself like, oh, okay, I really truly think when I watch this movie, that person's just mean.
Right,
Like
right.
the ones that kind of hit me like immediately, like, oh fuck yeah, that person's mean. Like I liked that. And so that definitely got some points. That puts you high up on my list because
so speaking of points, now did you hank it, or did you kind of go middle of the road?
I didn't do too crazy. I did. I think what a lot of folks have done, and it's I think kind of the easiest is, so I had my list that I'd made. It was I think 22.
Okay.
And then I looked at the list and I just took your 16 picks, and 16 for my favorite pick got 16 points down to 1, which is kind of traditional way we've done it.
Right.
And then I just added a few little extra things. So
Okay.
one point extra for something that wasn't on my list.
Okay.
That got a point. And then I gave I just had 2 categories. I had rolling solo. If your mean person was doing the thing pretty much on their own, they got an extra point.
Okay.
So they
Like
didn't have
no like backup
no crew. Yeah,
backup
anything like
bitches.
that. Yeah.
Got you.
And then my other that got 2 points is the fuck around and find out. That you might be mean, but you know what? You can get if you got physically violent at some point, you got 2 points.
Oh, if the mean girl got
Oh wow, I
violent.
didn't see that going there.
Okay.
If the mean girl did some violence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so can we play a short game before we start
Sure.
judging?
Why wouldn't we?
Is it tic-tac-toe?
Does anybody have any like? You don't have to say names or anything. Does anybody have any like cool like stories of being bullied?
You know what's fun? I was going to bring this up earlier.
I think it's like a fun thing to kind of talk about unless someone cries. Then I'm going to take it back and say we shouldn't talk about it.
I would say as an outside observer in junior high, I just remember like wondering to myself, do the junior high girls just basically at the start of a week draw a name out of a hat and it's like that girl is going to get shit on by everybody else.
She's got the mark.
And like they would just shit on her for the week, and then at the end of the week, it's like they'd all high five each other and like, "Hey, good game." And then the next week, it was like a new name, and then that girl was just getting shit on, and that's what it seemed like just as an outside observer. And those girls were, God, they were ruthless to each other. It's like girls were constantly crying in junior high and just mean to each other.
I've heard a lot of, like my niece, when she was going through school, there was always drama, always this girl. And so like, and I don't really remember that with dudes. I mean, there was a couple guys that were dicks or whatever, but
there was some bullying, but the girls
I definitely remember
worse.
some bullying.
So you girls are pretty ruthless. Did you guys have any, or is this something that's in maybe certain cliques, and you guys weren't part of it? Because you're looking at me like don't know what I'm talking about.
I would say that we had a girl like a Carrie White from the movie in our school, but my memory of that, I mean, people were not very nice to her, would make fun of her, but we tried to do the thing where we dress her up and took her to the 8th grade dance. And
she's all that at her.
Well,
when you took her glasses off and took her hair out of the
didn't end.
ponytail, did she turn out super hot?
she still kind of hissed.
Yeah.
She still wasn't into it. She's like, I don't trust these bitches.
I don't think we understood different syndromes or
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely
disabilities in the same way back then that we do now.
When you're kids, you don't know that shit. It's
Yeah.
like, nowadays I think it's a lot
Still
different.
invite somebody to sit at the table with you instead of alienating them. So.
Have y'all seen the movie 21 Jump Street, the new 21 Jump Street?
It's been a while, but yeah.
So they go back to high school after like 10 or 15 years.
no way I would do that.
And all of a sudden, like they're like the one character, the jock character, is like trying to pick on kids and like fucking around. They're like, bro, what the fuck, man? You can't do that. Did you just call him gay?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like they're like
Exactly.
all the kids are like just
Politically correct.
Yes.
Right.
Like I wonder if that's how it is now. Cause I remember like being in school, like there were some kids that were like severely bullied that I like,
Right.
they like witnessed being bullied. Nate always says, shout out to Nate. He always says that like one thing that he truly regrets is not standing up for kids that were being bullied like back then. Like he had the ability to stand up for a kid that was being badly bullied and he didn't do it, and he severely regrets that. It's like one of like his big regrets, which is interesting to think about. But I don't know if it goes on as much as it did. I bet you it does. I bet you kids aren't as woke as they make it seem on that.
What I thought was always interesting for high school, and Nate would speak to this too, is that there was a person a year ahead of us that was considered by the guys like the biggest bully that like
Absolutely.
we'd ever
I had
met.
the same guy when I
and
was
yet
in school.
and the girls though, whenever we would like later on after high school like tell them about like him really, and they were always surprised that like every guy was like, oh, that guy's an asshole, like complete bully, and the girls were like, really? I didn't know that. I didn't know that at
But
all.
like not like talking shit or anything, but he's still your friend. Like this guy was a fucking asshole and he's still your buddy.
It's kind of
Always got to be one in the group.
yeah.
Because I got the same thing. Like I can think of the exact dude that was just terrible to a lot of people, but like I was still friends with him, I guess. Because that's
I know.
more of a, that's kind of shitty, right?
So
Like,
you're
God
in
damn it.
his clique. So-
I mean, yeah. Well, I was just like, ain't doing it to me. So
mirror
fucking
turns to
everything's
you.
all good. You know what I mean?
Gretchen Wieners.
As long as he's not turning. Yes, exactly. As long as he's not
There
turning
was
his
a
fucking eye on me.
wiener.
That was a fun game, Zach. Yeah.
I'm just saying. Like I thought maybe somebody had like a cool bullying story.
Of being
Like-
bullied?
Or like either being bullied or like that they saw someone get bullied, and like I guess it's bad to say like a cool bullying story, but like I can think of like a couple of times. Like I remember, I shouldn't even say it. Too many people listen to this that know us. Never mind. But yeah, it definitely happened.
I'm fat. I got bullied a lot, and it's nothing cool about it.
I bullied myself
Really?
enough to where,
Yeah, I think that was a common like 90s young girl thing.
right.
I remember-
to save yourself.
I remember a funny one. I remember a guy took a shit in a bag and put it into a girl's backpack.
Wow.
Ooh, and she carried it around all day and didn't find it, and then
Gotta
took
be
it
a small
took it
town
home
thing.
for the weekend. And I just remember thinking, oh yeah. And I just remember thinking, oh my God, this dude really, he like left the bag, like a plastic, like grocery bag, shit into it, and then put it in this girl's backpack and she didn't find it for a couple days.
What's wild is that
do?
Yeah, right?
What's she going to do?
What did she do
Did
to
she
get
deserve that?
Like,
Oh,
what-
yeah, I don't know. She was like not like a,
cool story.
I have no idea.
I think today if that happens, like kids getting expelled and like getting charges probably. Like it's like
Absolutely.
nowadays for sure that's not going
That's
to
assault,
fly.
brother.
I tell my
it's not
kids
gonna fly very
stories about from when I was in high school and I was like, don't think this is cool.
That's a biohazard.
This is like a fucking, you're going to get charged. You're not going to go to school anymore.
Yeah. All right.
Anyways.
Well, let's
Moving
move on. Fun game, Zach. All right. So, you have scores?
Yeah, let's get some points in here. And I think because I did it a little bit traditional, it's actually pretty close.
Okay.
We've got a 28, we've got a 39, we've got a 42,
Okay.
and a 49.
Oh,
Close
So the
that
two
is.
middles are
The middles are pretty close,
but-
and fourth is a little bit behind, and first is a little
Okay.
bit ahead.
All right. Well, let's hear it.
I'm ready. My body's ready.
Are we ready? Okay.
Fourth place.
In fourth place with 28 points is Team 4.
Oh, shit. Who's on team 4?
He's like literally looking
team-
from face to face, like he thinks he can figure out who that is.
I keep forgetting that I'm running.
Yeah,
this
you're
thing.
you're the guy.
Team 4.
Wait,
is.
should we make him guess?
Well, yeah.
you should.
You
You
should
should
guess
guess.
the team.
Let me say the team.
Okay.
Okay. Hilly Holbrook from The Help, Katie Heron from Mean Girls, Heather Duke from Heathers, and Rose from Titanic. Team 4 is, who do you think it is?
Was that Carrie?
That was
Of course
Carrie.
you know
Great
it.
guess.
I can only go down for my last experience. So
Now,
Carrie.
she threw some curveballs.
She did.
The Katie Heron from
And you know what? That got like kind of middle of the pack. It was clever, and I did dig it. It definitely got middle of the pack.
so I skipped over Hilly Holbrook from The Help. Are you familiar with that one?
Yeah, so that's the one that I watched, and I was like, God, this is like my least favorite person, and it
she's
just
rich, right?
yeah, and it just because what it does is it carries over to like the present day like that generation of lady produced youngins that now are kind of like that same type of person still, and it's terrible. So I hated her. She got good points.
That was all she wrote.
Katie, this would be the 5th overall pick. I think it would have been a little bit early for her. I mean, yeah, she does fall into the game, but then she gets herself out of it.
She redeems
They
herself.
kept taking all my picks, though.
I know. So she did get middle of the road points.
Okay.
So Heather Duke was the one that I had a little bit of trouble with because she's the imitation of Heather Chandler, because Chandler's the OG that gets killed. And I know, I mean,
But it
Heather,
could have stopped there. It could have. It
could
wouldn't
have
have made
stopped
for
there.
a good movie,
No,
right?
right,
It would have been
right.
over, but
But I see that Chandler just outdid it. So Chandler got way more points than Heather Duke did.
Okay.
And then Rose, it didn't get
I was out by then. I was out.
It didn't
They
get
took
last,
everything.
but it made me laugh.
I knew it would make you laugh at least.
She got solo points, so she did get an extra point
there
for
you go.
rolling solo because she's definitely cruising around on her own.
Does letting someone fucking die by not
was
letting them onto
room.
your thing, does
Look
that
at this.
count as a violent offense?
Yeah.
I didn't think she
There's
did
no
it
redeeming.
intentionally mean though. Like it wasn't like she was trying to be.
You don't
mean
think so?
Necessarily.
we still
She was
talk
like-
about her to this day, man.
She was like,
I'm just saying.
Can't sit here.
Pretty much.
I deserve that.
so-
It's fine.
Okay.
So no, the Katie was an inspired pick, and so was Rose. It's just there was a lot of other just really
Right.
mean people on this
Still
list.
20 points plus from first place. It's fine.
It was a good effort, Carrie. It was a good effort.
Okay.
Self-deprecating.
Third place. This is a pretty close one between second and third.
All right, third place.
I'm trying to think of a wind dove's cry, like crying thing to say to Carrie right now. I'll get it.
Aw.
Third place with 39 points. We've got Team 3.
Oh, shit.
Team 3, we've got Chris Hargensen from Carrie, Rizzo from Grease, Heather Chandler from Heathers, and Nancy Downs from The Craft.
I'm going to say this was Scotch.
Yeah, it was Scotch.
You called it.
Yep.
All right.
Scotty Scott.
Scotty Scott, your team right off the bat Chris Hargensen, that's I mean, she comes out the box just I mean, she is a bitch on campus, like just ruthless to pretty much everybody around her. So she got really good points. And she was just like, she would like bang into people and stuff. So she got the fuck around and find out bonus too, because she's just physical. Really? She's aggressive.
A shoulder check is a violent defense.
Okay.
Check out Congress, bro.
She killed a pig, though.
Rizzo, that got it was on the bot. It was towards it was 6 points. So it was,
she didn't seem that mean. I said that when the thing. I was like, she didn't seem that mean to me.
She does some mean things.
I think she was like abused. And that's why she was mean. Like you're
psychologically,
yeah.
She got your profile.
I feel bad for her.
I think she came from a broken family,
broken home. Absolutely. Sure. There's no way her parents are still married.
But she
even in 1950,
she was mean, but not quite. Like I mean, she wasn't the meanest here. Heather Chandler, like I said, that actually got more points than Rizzo,
right?
Because she'll scream in your face. She'll say some pretty gnarly stuff to you. So she's hardcore. And then Nancy is just too close to the evil side.
Okay.
I mean, she did get the fuck around and find out. I mean, she blows the dude out the window and shit. So she's pretty hardcore, but I think that's just more evil than necessarily mean.
Fourth round.
Ooh.
You know, I thought I'd go with it.
It got the exact points it should,
and actually see it
because it's the 14th pick and it got 3 points. So it got exactly you've picked it exactly where it fell.
Right.
So.
Well, I almost, well, you said you bullied me, but you actually almost bullied me into taking that in the third round, which would have been worse because I would have taken it. It would have been reach.
Even better, maybe.
I stood up for myself finally for the first time in my life against bullies.
I probably should have rewarded some points for picks that were like out the bottom, but there's one we're going to talk about in a little bit that was. Okay.
This sets
wild.
up a fucking. This is like the ultimate clash. We got the valedictorian versus the special needs kid.
Hey, fucking talented.
Fucking ready here.
So it's very interesting because he's. I'm pretty sure he knows who's who, and does he?
I don't know. There's a couple of landmines in there that I think might be thrown in. I don't know.
Made them on purpose.
It was tough because I think I know who was who, and. There's picks I didn't like on either side.
You can't change it now, though, right? Because you can't be like, I do want to get laid tonight.
No. But there's
so I got to give it to Zach.
There's one pick I can't wait to talk about. So let's just go ahead and talk about second place here.
Second place with 42 points. The Meaning of Life. That's team 2.
Motherfucker.
You went in order.
You knew it was my team.
Look at his face. He doesn't know it was your team.
You knew it was my team.
Wow, wait a second. I thought
there were a couple cartoons.
I thought this was
the Romeo and Michelle.
This was Melissa.
No.
Team 2?
Team 2?
No, my...
Team 2 is Darla from Dazed and Confused. I thought that would give it away right there.
Right?
Catherine Mertule, or however you spell it.
See, because
Cruel
Melissa wanted the Cruel Intentions pick.
I wanted Catherine.
And then I went Pixar, so it was
Taffeta,
like fucking who knows.
Muffin Fudge from Wreck-It Ralph, and Kirsten from Never Been Kissed. We thought that would give it away for sure.
I thought my Never Been Kissed pick would give it away.
I will say the Catherine and the Wreck-It Ralph pick, those both made me think that this is Melissa.
I thought about that. As soon as I picked the Buffy the Vampire Slayer, she was like, "Oh fuck, I wanted that one."
Which is interesting. I mean, you got second, but you had the worst pick of the first round.
That's what everybody said.
Darla, she's like mean, but she's not. I mean, she's mean, and I gave her actually. You know what? For physically assaulting the girls with the sauces and stuff, I gave her the fuck around and find out. But she was right in the middle. She got an 8. She did get an extra bonus too.
I was pissed I didn't think of it. But I loved the pick, but I knew he picked it way too early.
Immediately, Scott was like, "I love that pick. You picked it way too early. You could have got it with the fourth pick."
Catherine should have been your second pick because Catherine,
absolutely.
She got the solo bonus because she is she pretty much rolls on her own, and God, that girl is mean.
Yeah.
She is
mean as fuck. No one wants to hang out with her.
She's on the borderline of evil, but like in that good way, like where she's just straight mean as can be. And then, Taffeta, she's just the classic trope out of any of these movies we've been talking about. She's got her little crew, and they're going to bully you in any way they can, and they're bullying Vanellope just because she basically is kind of poor, essentially.
And I said before I made the pick, I was like...
She has a disability.
Yes, she has a disability.
She glitches.
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, they're also making fun of her car and stuff because it looks like shit, and so, yeah.
But I said before I made the pick, I was like, I am going to pander to the judge right now.
I thought he was going to take Miss Piggy.
Tabitha got 9, so she was actually in the top half of these Mean Girls.
Good job, Zach.
And then Kirsten is like, it's like a crew of people that are mean to her.
Exactly.
So
And
it's
we talked about this because we had several picks that were a couple of people, and I was just like, fuck it, we're just going to pick one out of the crew and then go with it. And I picked the Jessica Alba's character because I was like, fuck it.
She got a 1 for like being, it wasn't on my list, but yeah, she was a 4 overall. So it wasn't bad.
Okay.
That's fair. That is a fair judgment.
So
that leaves with 49 points.
Some interesting things have happened here. A guest, the first female
guest.
to win.
The first female to win, the first guest to win,
Yeah.
the first spouse to win.
No, Walter's the first guest.
I'm going to be
First guest.
contacting him about that belt.
Yeah. But, I mean, talk about an asterisk. Picking your wife.
Excuse me.
Dude.
No, she earned it. She earned it. And I'll tell you where she earned it before Brad even says
No,
it.
now here's the thing. Here's the one thing I didn't like.
Oh.
She totally did not pick a stepsister.
Yes.
Right. She just left it like.
That's
I
why
feigned
that
ignorance. He
that
didn't
got
like
low
that.
points.
That's fine.
Really?
Okay.
Low
So
points.
I think she won the draft with that pick because I didn't think of it, but that is like the ultimate Mean Girls are those fucking
I
stepsisters.
did
thought
not
of it
like
as
that it
plural,
wasn't.
but I
I did
couldn't-
not like it that it was not an individual. It was like it just said stepsister,
Right. Which is what she
Without
wanted me to put.
specifying which one.
Because
And
she said they have different names.
Would
They
you
do.
have picked Anastasia or Drusilla?
to me,
Drusilla sounds bad.
I don't think
Whichever
they're
one
as
had
a
the
pair.
bad
I think
teeth.
of them as a pair. So it's
They
like,
are a pair.
I know.
So
I
therefore,
don't know.
I did the right thing. Thank
There's
you very
one of
much.
them. One of them has a snaggle
It
tooth.
was your worst pick by the whole thing.
Okay.
So let's
Dude,
read the
the
list.
Let's read the list.
But it's
Okay.
a cartoon.
Hold on. Let's read the list.
Time out. We got Regina George from Mean Girls, Christy Masters from Romeo and Michelle, Cinderella's stepsister from Cinderella,
The original. Thank you.
and Margot from Christmas Vacation.
So Margot's a little old for me.
Look at that smile.
Okay, so here's the thing. Zach, you actually had my number 1 overall was Catherine. I gave that 16 points. So Catherine was the number 1. Regina George got 14, so she was my third ranked. But Melissa had my third ranked as well as my second ranked. Margot got 15 points.
You thought of Margot?
No. After he saw
appreciated it.
Margot got all of the bonuses because she was on my list. She got the fuck around and find out, and she got basically solo because she's just a one girl that's just
She's in a bad marriage.
always angry.
So how is she violent?
Oh, she punches the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't. That was my least favorite of Melissa's picks. I think she won fair and square, but that was my least favorite of her picks for sure.
As soon as I saw
That's
Margot on the
insane
list,
that you gave her
I was
15.
like, holy shit, Margot is just angry all the time. She's just mean.
Yeah.
She's mean to him. After you shower, of course. Of course. Like,
Brad
maybe it
hates
is unfair
that.
that she knows that, like, I know, like, I think of Margot just with she's so evil and so mean.
But is she a mean girl or a mean woman?
She doesn't redeem herself ever, though. Like, right? It's not like
she
other
really
Mean Girls
doesn't.
movies where they become friends at the end. Like
She'd done like
Reese or-
7 seasons of Seinfeld.
doesn't count.
This is previous to her Seinfeld. This is previous to Seinfeld.
Is Christmas Vacation that early?
Oh, yeah, 1990.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
And it's poor Christopher Guest's brother. He's
Yeah.
so sad.
Yeah, poor Nicholas
He
Guest
just wants some.
he just wants to get some, and
Maybe he
I
needs
mean,
to shower more.
they just they argue like just terribly. Like I don't. Yeah, she's evil.
No, you should go vacuum the rug.
No, she's mean.
Christy Masters. This is probably the most unfair, and I didn't really think about it. I was like, I bet maybe somebody else thought of this, but Romeo and Michelle again. Christy Masters is pretty prototypical. But she does the best where she starts off and as the younger self, she's evil. And then when she's her older self, she's like a different kind of evil, which is
Okay.
like, I mean, a different kind of mean, which is kind of fun. So it's like she's now mean, but in like the now, oh, well, I have children and I'm a great housewife and that's my job now and blah, blah, blah. She's just like very like stuck up about it. So I don't know.
She's the school board mom.
Yeah. And so that was a solid pick. That got 10 points. And the Cinderella stepsister, like I said, I gave it 5.
I think that was the pick of the draft.
Because they
I
are
didn't even think of it.
mean, but and she did get a +1 because it wasn't on my list, but I didn't like that. It wasn't like an individual
Right.
I
specified.
said the scene though where they rip apart her dress.
Oh, that's
is
mean.
So
Yeah.
mean.
Very, very much like Vanellope getting her car ripped up.
Oh,
Very true.
Well, Melissa, congratulations. First draft.
Very surprised.
Yeah.
I honestly, I thought I was giving Zach the win here. I did.
Zach.
Mean boy.
I don't know what to think about that.
He mixes you and me up all the time.
And I don't know how often this happens, but it was team 1, 2, 3, and 4, all
Right?
in that order.
Damn.
Yeah,
Wow.
it went first and first, second pick, second, third, fourth.
I had no doubt where I was going to land.
You start off great. Your first pick was awesome. It was great.
So
but-
everybody took everything. I'm like, how are you going to take Carrie?
Yeah, she got pissed.
How dare you?
That one. But,
I think a lot didn't get picked though.
Yeah,
I know.
so also Rands.
so let's move on to that next segment, shall we?
How the fuck could we miss that one? I just don't understand. It's our also ran. You idiots.
Okay, Judge. What did we miss?
I would say one, and this is from, and you got to specify the movie. Maleficent from Maleficent is pretty mean throughout the most of the movie. I mean, she kind of has a redemption at the end, but Angelina Jolie does a great job on that role.
I've never seen it.
You never seen it? It's actually way
Maleficent
better than
or Sleeping Beauty?
Maleficent the movie.
It's good.
it was one of those like, this is better than it should be. Like I was surprised. Like it was a pretty good like little origin story thing.
Yeah.
And Angelina Jolie does an awesome job. So that's pretty
Basically
solid.
screwed up someone's life because she didn't get invited to a party.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Not
fucking-
nice.
That's pretty fucking mean.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a
Does she have horns on her head or is that a hat?
I think that's her real head.
Is
I don't
it?
know.
It was hard to jerk off with the whatever was going on her head.
I'm over here like, was it hair? Was it a hat? He's
So do we want to make it better for you or worse? I
No,
don't
it's
know.
worse.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's so mean.
If it was just a hat, I'd be like, okay,
It's horns.
we can still do this. If
Don't
it's horns,
do it.
I'm out.
Don't.
In the same vein, because it's another origin story movie, the Baroness from Cruella. That could have been
Ooh,
picked.
The Baroness. Yeah.
Not Cruella from Cruella, because like she's just kind of like down on her luck.
These are women.
What about Cruella from 101 Dalmatians, though?
A woman.
She's pretty evil.
Yeah.
I think she might have journeyed
She's
into
a
the
villain.
evil. She's trying to kill a bunch of dogs. Like
Right.
she's
she's
pretty
mean
messed
to
up.
Anita, but
Carrie, you got anything we missed?
I'm kind of bummed I didn't go for Summer Wheatley from Napoleon Dynamite because she was kind of a
Oh,
Okay.
Summer.
too. She was not nice. I was trying to remember though. Did she ever turn around? Like she was racist. She was not good. So
Oh, that's a good one. That was
she
not on
just
my
didn't
list.
want to go to the dance with fucking Napoleon. He,
Pedro?
like,
she didn't want
drew-
Pedro to win.
Oh, my
like,
God.
She said some mean things. But
she also comes across as awkward, like when she's like doing her little like cheers and stuff. Like she's not like obviously super talented. She's just like cool for her school type like
Right.
person.
you couldn't feel for her.
No, I think it just shows that
think you
she's
know her?
like not as cool as she thinks she is.
True.
Okay, champion, you got anything for us?
so much. Like I seriously skipped
got
over
everything already.
So
What are you
many
talking
picks
about?
to take Margot. I love 13 going on 30, and I thought that Lucy or Tom
Tom, yeah.
is kind of the same as Christy Masters, in that she was a like bully as a young kid, and then when she grew up, she was still pretty much a mean girl. She didn't really grow out of it. And then I was kind
But
of
she
like,
kind of redeems herself.
not really. No,
I thought they kind of have like because she's like they're like coworkers, and like I thought she kind of becomes like okay.
they're coworkers, but they're
Frenemy.
still not doing good things. Really,
Remember that
yeah.
one, Zach?
What's that?
Remember that one?
13
What
going
movie?
on 30.
Your favorite?
13 going on 30. I didn't see
Yeah.
that one.
It's actually pretty solid.
Another one I wasn't really sure about, so I'm glad I didn't have to draft it. Devil Wears Prada. There are a few mean girls in that one, really.
There's a few mean women in that movie.
Here he goes.
Stop, Zach. I told you,
We
right?
gotta hear from Zach. We gotta hear from
Nothing
Zach.
under or over 18 for Zach over here.
Put it on a t-shirt.
So
But I agree, mean as fuck.
I feel like Miranda Priestley just did what she had to do, but at the same time, just iconic, just kind of mean. Like she didn't
That
care
was on
about
my
anybody's
list, yeah.
feelings.
Nate co-signs that pick.
But then Andy kind of turns into a mean girl, and I think it's Emily Blunt is I don't remember her character's name, but she's not super nice either.
But you're right. But then, yeah, how do you pick?
My kids were super pushing for Dolores Umbridge in Harry Potter, the Order of the Phoenix. I was like, that to me was the borderline of mean and evil.
Yeah.
So I wasn't
Evil
sure
as
about that one.
fuck. Umbridge was the most
That's
evil.
what I thought. She's worse than Voldemort,
she's like Hitler
right?
though. Like
Oh,
she's
yeah.
basically
She's
Hitler.
literally Hitler. She
Yeah.
literally like makes my skin crawl.
The one,
So-
one that I saw on a lot of lists that definitely would go into the evil categories from Jennifer's Body. That,
Yeah, I never watched it.
So, but it was like on every single list I looked
Yeah.
at. And I'm like, and it just didn't feel right seeing it on the list, and so I put that one.
Zach, is that one you've seen? Because I know it's kind of like a
Jennifer's
a
Body?
take on a
Body, yeah.
horror movie. It's like kind of a
It's a horror movie.
It's
a waft
the girl from Transformers, right? I don't think
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
And Meg Tilly? or
Megan
is that
Fox.
someone
Megan
else?
Fox.
Yeah, I don't know.
So-
I kind of thought about Winifred Sanderson from Hocus Pocus just because she's so mean to her sisters. Like, she does evil to, like, the children of Salem, but, like, she's just mean.
I don't think that would have done anything for me.
That's evil.
I didn't draft it
Yeah,
on purpose, but we're on also rans, right?
Have y'all seen the Emma Stone movie Easy A?
I know.
Amanda Bynes' character, the super Christian, like super preachy woman that's trying to get her in trouble.
That would have done it, because that's one I have not seen the movie, but I watched some of the clips, and again, that hits me right now. Like, that would have been somebody I would have been like, oh yeah, that goes up on my
That
list.
was my next pick.
I thought about
the little
that.
fake Christians, just because I went to school with a lot of those, so you know.
One that showed up a lot was from Hairspray, Amber Von
Yes.
Hussle. And
I had her on mine, but
I have no idea who it is.
I've never seen it.
Depends on if
I
you saw
saw
the-
racist
yeah.
by her name or something. Like she's like
Oh, yeah.
she's like pretty evil. Now.
Well, it's also
different
like
time.
she's a product of her mom. Apparently, like her mom
is the meaner girl,
yeah.
really, yeah. Yeah, going with the whole animated vibe, Myrtle from Lilo and Stitch, for some reason, that popped up in my head. I remember her and Lilo having a fist fight, I think, over some hula lessons.
Is that a continuing character throughout the whole movie? Is that like a whole plot point, or is that just like one
It's
scene?
more of like the beginning of the
it was
movie,
enough
I
to make an
think.
impact.
And then I
Like a
thought
mean girl.
about Amber from Clueless. Like, she's not a huge part, but
Yeah.
like the whole whatever.
I think
Yeah.
I know, but I feel like Sharon and Dion are like meaner than Amber. Amber, I think, is one who actually is getting bullied in this situation. Like, Amber's just trying to like keep up with them, and they're just like, "Fuck you, little
Cher's for
bitch."
sure a mean girl, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're just hating on
She
Amber, and
wants
Amber's
to
trying
be nice.
who?
Share.
Yeah.
But Amber's just trying to be cool too, and these girls are like, nope, you're not as cool as us.
They all suck.
I've got a few more a couple interesting ones that I think we've talked a lot about this movie. Wild Things, Susie.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I mean, it involves murder and shit, but she's pretty
Murder
mean
and
We didn't say the most beautiful characters in a movie. We said the meanest characters in a movie.
because she's willing to throw everybody under the bus.
Yeah.
even the people that you think that she's working with. Like
Yeah.
that gets pretty bad.
She can do whatever she wants.
And then Jane Silent Bob Strike Back. You've got Sissy, the leader of the Diamond Thieves.
You and your wife may be the only ones that have seen that.
Really? Shit. She's great. It's Eliza Dushku.
Yeah.
Eliza Dushku. She's pretty mean, because then what's her name from American Pie is the one who ends up falling for Jay.
I've still never seen that movie.
Jane Silent Bob Strike Back?
No, well,
Are
not
you
either.
familiar with some
I
of the
meant
other
American
ones?
Pie.
Oh, neither.
You've never seen American Pie?
Interesting.
Wow.
For
Did
your
you
age
know-
group, that's wild.
Did you
'cause-
know
Wow,
that?
my
was
age
huge.
group.
Oh,
Oh,
what's he
my
trying to
age
say
group.
there?
Did you know that
Again.
Scott's band had a song on the soundtrack?
I
Brad's
was
Brothers
aware of
Band did
that.
too.
American
I'm aware
Pie
of
2.
that.
American Pie 2. Not the original.
Shout out to Flying Blind.
How about Elsa from Frozen?
What?
She's mean.
She is not mean, dude. She might be icy.
She's
feel
She
misunderstood.
uses the whole place
Victimized.
and then like doesn't even care about it.
Bro, she was put in shackles.
Yeah.
Do you blame her is what he's saying.
I don't know.
Victim blamer right
She
here.
loses her
Right.
parents and then she doesn't talk to her sister for like years. And she's just like, fuck you, sister. I don't care.
That was a little fucked up, right?
I'm waiting for him to say like Ariel, like fuck my family. I just want
mean.
legs and some
And some
dude.
dick.
Dick.
Right. I was gonna say that, but come on, Brad, keep up the cartoons.
What do you call them? Never mind.
We talked a little bit about Princess Diaries earlier. Do you remember Mandy Moore's character
Lana.
in Princess Diaries? She was
Lana
fucking
Fontana and somebody else.
Yeah,
Friends,
they're just mean to
pretty
everybody.
mean.
But they're like kind of mean. Like they're just throwing at her guy that she's talking to. They're throwing it at everybody. So pretty mean. A Tracy Flick. Election. I don't know. It's kind of a lot of folks didn't see that movie, but
Is that Reese? My
that's
girl Reese Witherspoon?
and she's just that smarmy. Like there's somebody she actually reminds me that I went to high school with. She reminds me a lot of her. In fact, my dad and I used to joke about it. We're like, it's completely
Oh my God.
this certain person, and it's kind of funny because like it's just this. It's a certain kind of mean where it's like they're the straight A like good student, but at the same time they're just like trying to put everybody down and they need to be number one on the college, all this and that kind of stuff. So it was kind of funny.
Did you ever see Drop Dead Gorgeous? No? Oh God, y'all should watch that. Sort of like a Best in Show type movie, but Denise Richards I think that's her mean girl character as opposed to Wild Things in that one. There's a lot.
Nate would have gone Sharpay Evans from
For sure.
High School Musical.
Yeah.
I
I've
believe.
heard she was just misunderstood.
Oh,
Or
I haven't seen
She's
it.
very passionate, right?
Yeah, right?
She just
cared
wanted it to be
about
done
musical
right.
theater.
or Vivian Kensington from Legally Blonde.
I have that under my also rans. Yeah, she wasn't particularly nice, but I don't know if she knew any better.
And then there was like it was kind of a throwback to Heather's Jawbreaker with
Right.
Rose McGowan.
Yeah, we talked
That's
about that.
we talked about that. I like Rose McGowan. She's good in that movie, but that movie's not that great.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, so I didn't feel right
All right.
advocating for it.
Didn't stop.
All good.
They kill a bitch. They kill a bitch.
That's what I read.
Yeah.
Well, that's a draft, and we have a new champion.
Hey.
Keeping it in the family.
You know what?
I will
Give her the
not let
belt.
anyone forget it.
I know.
I've been winning, and with her winning, it's like basically my winning streak continues. So.
No, I don't think
Oh,
that's
look
true.
at this guy.
That's
Look
not
at this
exactly
guy.
how it
Not
works.
accurate at all.
No.
I feel like that's the way it is.
No,
Hey.
it's like the opposite, basically.
Better
Yeah.
have her win
Yeah.
without an asterisk.
What's yours?
you.
What's hers is what's yours is hers, and what's yours is hers.
Yeah,
So,
well,
so
I don't
basically,
know-
what is
I don't know how
my
the saying
winning
goes.
streak then?
Yeah, your winning streak is now 3.
No, you're winning.
job.
Oh, okay. All right. I was going to say 1 is not a streak of anything.
Well,
Back next week.
thank you guys so much for joining us. And we are coming
What's-
up on a new season.
Wow.
Oh
I know him.
I don't know him.
Scotchy Claus is here to tell you it is the season. And what do we have next?
You know what we're going to do? We're going to take requests on the socials.
Oh.
So if anybody has any like classic Christmas movies, not classic Christmas
That we
movies
haven't covered yet?
that we have not done yet, that you're like, these guys have to do this Christmas movie this year, send us your suggestions, and maybe, just maybe, Scotchy Claus will pull it out of his
So I
sack.
love Christmas movies, and I don't care about you guys on the socials. Where do I find you?
Leave a voicemail.
Oh, okay. Poke Brad when he's snoring in the middle of the night. Say, hey, do this movie.
Where are we on the socials, Scotchy Claus?
Bez Video Kingdom on Facebook, BVK podcast on Instagram.
Search
and-
Bevs in pretty much anything, and you'll find us. Even Apple Podcasts, all those things. We're on there, and we're ready to listen to what you have to say.
And we do have a couple in the chamber, a couple Christmas movies.
We do?
Hallmark Christmas movies.
What do we have?
We do.
What do we have in the chamber?
But we haven't decided which one we're going to do yet. But should I say them now?
Oh, I didn't know we had them in the
Oh yeah,
chamber.
we've got
we've
two
got
of the
two.
3 already
Two of the
kind of
3.
decided.
Yeah, so
Jesus
we're gonna-
Christ.
But no, it was great that you declared that there's one that's open for suggestions.
I'm
So-
glad that you guys have decided on the 2. What are
So
they?
the first one that I know we're going to do is like my all-time favorite. I have to watch it every Christmas.
If you say Charlie Brown, I'm fucking
It
quitting
better
the
be Love
podcast.
Actually.
We're doing A Christmas Story.
Oh, I love
that's
Christmas
fair.
Story. All right, that's a
One of my all-time
legitimate
favorites. And then the other one is not necessarily my favorite, but we'll talk about that on the pod.
I'm excited to talk about it because it is one of my all-time favorites.
So
now.
you can announce it.
Yeah, we've got the great Will Ferrell classic, Elf.
Love it.
I thought we already did Elf. We haven't done Elf yet.
No,
How is that possible?
we have not.
So one of the worst moments of my life was putting on Elf to my kids, and about a quarter of the way through, them being like, "This movie fucking sucks."
Oh no.
And I was like, "Watch your mouth! How can you say that
is
about
that
Elf? It's so good." They don't get Will Ferrell. I don't think. I think Will Ferrell is like sort of an acquired taste for some people, and
I
I
think
think
he's too
young
pure
people
for
don't
them.
get it. He's too pure.
Like, when's he gonna start cussing or do some wild shit? Come on,
I
Dad.
can't see his balls.
When he's fucking making that like spaghetti with
That's what I was gonna say. Do
syrup
your children
and
not
shit
have
all over
sugar,
it.
or-
Oh my god,
Oh,
dude.
boy.
It's
Syrup
the
have
best.
sugar?
I mean,
Yes.
you could throw Zoe Deschanel in almost anything, and I'm in.
Right?
Zoe Deschanel with blonde hair, Jesus Christ.
And singing a song
Yeah,
in the shower.
with she's got like a throaty, like sultry voice.
Yeah.
Hey, save it for the podcast.
Anyways,
Thank you guys so much for joining us.
I'm getting in the holiday cheer right now. I'm glad you guys picked those movies. Good picks.
Yeah. Thanks for showing up at the meeting.
Welcome to Bevs.
You were literally there when we picked those, by the way.
This is all tracking.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right. Thank you.
You haven't done this you're not actually. Everybody, I got to say,
Who does it when I'm not here?
Before you close it out, it's kind of a fight. Like I know I've never done it. Everybody I think else has done it.
Yeah, I've done
at some point. I've just held out. It's
Walter. You just see him just ready to go.
Walter, one time, like 2 minutes before we even finished the pod, he was poking me. I'm like, oh, hey, what's up, Walter? He's like, oh no, come back to me.
Because he wanted to do this.
But I won.
You did.
Oh my! But he's
I'm here. Bye bye.